Hey guys, so before I get into my jury speech, there is something I would like to say beforehand. I have had so much fun playing this game with you. This has been one of my favorite orgs. Everyone that's played, I've enjoyed playing with, and it was really fun. Even though a lot of people got struck out with inactivity strikes and quit, it was still really fun. Has really been one of my favorite orgs. And if I have burned you on a personal level, then from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. And I really am. I don't mean to intend to hurt anyone's feelings or make them feel pain, whether it be sad, betrayal, anger, embarrassment, any of those things. Personally, if I did that to you, I'm sorry. However, strategically, I'm not, because, well, that would say that your eliminations would have meant absolutely nothing, and that's not true. And also, I'm not going to be sorry for something that got me to the end of the game. And if I was, then I would feel that'd be disrespectful to you. And yeah, I just want to say this has been an amazing time. And Haley and I already won. The goal was to make it to the end together, and we were the last pair. And to be the final two together is absolutely amazing, and I couldn't be happier. Well, I could be happier if I win, but you know what I mean. So, all right, let's get started. I simply deserve to win this game because I played the best game. Hands down, that's it. It's over. I probably played the most dominant game in any of Nick's series. And hopefully, I win Best Mastermind of the Season next Org Award because, okay, listen. I've never done this before, ever. I never have, and I never will again. But however, okay, just listen. I have controlled every single elimination of the game that I've been a part of. That means all the eliminations on my tribe and every single elimination of the merge that someone got voted off, not inactivity strikes or quitting. Every single elimination was me. So with that being said, I'll explain to it later, but if you were blindsided, I was the one who blindsided you. I controlled every elimination. I've never done that before. And I'll back my word up with what I'm saying. So the first tribal council with MK, my tribe, Frankie was gonna go. I was gonna vote Frankie, he didn't talk to me. But then Frankie did talk to me, and he was awesome. I loved Frankie. And I didn't like Mark because, well, it's not that I didn't like Mark. It's just I would talk to Mark, talk to everybody, but I did not click with him as well as I clicked with everybody else. And I did not see him working with me and him working with his partner against me later in the game. So he's bad for my game. So I got the votes and I flipped it on Mark, and that's why he left over Frankie. And to secure my position back onto the tribe, because I played a really good social game the entire time, I took Robin and Desiree, who were the two people who actually voted for Frankie along with Mark. I took Robin and I convinced her that Desiree is the one who voted for Mark, and I voted with Frankie with her. And I took Desiree and I told her that Robin was the one who voted for Mark, and I was the one who voted for Frankie with her. So I turned them against each other. Not only did that secure myself with trust with everywhere, my alliance knows that I voted with them, and now these two both think that I voted with them. I'm still good everywhere. So I'm not looked as the puppet master. I'm just looked as I'm just voting with everybody. And not only did that happen, but they, distrust each other, and I want one of them out the next time, so they're going to target each other. And the next tribal council, I was going to vote out Robin, but then Desiree was dumb and told Robin, we need to flip the vote, blah, blah, even though it's between me and you, I'm going to message you anyway. See, Robin did the smart thing and told me, and that showed that Robin is more sanely secure and more loyal than Desiree. And to get the votes on Desiree was easy. So me and Dewan are really tight, and then she hates Alex, so Alex is on board. And then I think that's when we made the Oreo alliance, because Dewan and I are colored, and Alex is white, so are the Oreos. And then to get Cheyenne, Desiree would make all these tribe alliances and stuff, and she said that she can't trust Cheyenne because she's working with Alex. So I screenshotted that and I sent it to Cheyenne, and I said, she's telling the entire tribe not to trust you. We're going to have to vote you out next time. And that's how I got the votes against Desiree. And then, unfortunately, the next tribal was Frankie. And Alex was really trying to get Robin out. And Dewan and I were like, if Alex is always trying to do this, Alex is not going to be good. Maybe he's going to try to blindside us later, ruin our plans later. And we voted for Alex. However, then I thought, Frankie isn't that active. So if he goes into the merge with his partner, Alex, okay, the Alex of my tribe, I'm going to call it Alexander from now on. Because now we brought in the other Alex, the black Alex. Okay, so if Frankie went to the merge with Alex, then he's just going to do whatever Alex says, and I don't want that. I know that he's best friends with Haley, but I didn't want that. And that's why we decided to take out Frankie. Then Desiree came back, and she was annoying, so it was really easy to get her out again. And then who was the next person out? And then Cheyenne struck out. And then to secure myself going into the later in the game, I took Robin and Josh, the other the other pair left in the game, and I said, the four of us, let's go. We're going to vote and bring ourselves to the Final Four as the last two pairs. With that, I always had the numbers no matter what, because I also, on the back, had the Oreos. I had Dewan and Alex. I have Haley. I have the numbers everywhere. No one was going to vote me out. No one was going to vote Haley out. And not only that, but everyone was going to listen to what I was saying, and they didn't even know. It was a really good trick of pulling wools over everyone's eyes. So all I had to do, and my main strategy of this game was pinning everyone against each other so they go against each other and not Haley and I. So I just told Josh and Robin in our alliance, the four, that, you know, Alex is coming for Josh. We got to get him out. So then Dewan also voted for Josh. I think Alexander did too. And then Alex went out. Alex was my main wild card. He was the only one who wasn't in my four, and he wasn't in the Oreos, and he wasn't Haley. So she's in the four. So that's why I got out Alex. And then came the Alexander blindside. I am the one, because, well, you know now, I'm the one who orchestrated that blindside, because Alex is the only person I saw who would have been smart enough later to actually look at Haley and I as a pair and try to take us out, or try to do something about the idol I found later. Oh, I did forget about that. I found the idol at MK, and Haley was going to get voted off. So during the immunity challenge, I passed her the idol, and she was going to play it on herself, but then Cody quit. So, and then I found the idol after I won immunity. I had a clue. I got it at the first try, even though I've been guessing for the idol forever with Haley. So I have two idols in my possession, and I never needed them. So I felt Alex would do something about my idol. I felt that he was the smart enough person to do it, and simply he was just a threat, and I wanted to stick to the four because that would have been easy to maneuver later, and I'll explain why later. And then that's why I took out Alexander. And then we took out Robin. Now, this is why I did this. Going into the Final Four, I didn't want a tie vote. I did not want to go to rocks. I wanted to make it so I could try to make it where Haley and I would go to the Final Three, and it wasn't through rocks or a challenge or a tie. So it would have been a tie if Josh and Robin was with us in the Final Four. Robin was better at Josh's challenges. The reason that we keep bringing Josh further and further is because we know we can beat him in the challenges. And that's why we took out Robin. And we told Alexander and Robin the same exact thing. Haley was the one behind the blind side, and she was the one who initiated it and orchestrated it and flipped and all that. That's not true. I'm the one who orchestrated it. I'm the one who conducted it. That was just our plan. The reason we did that is because if Alexander or Robin came back into the game, we can play our secret idol on Haley, and so we get all the votes for her, and I would have joined them because she keeps ruining my game, and then we would have played the idol on her and then blindsided the person again who came back. And if that person won immunity, then we blindside whoever we wanted. So that's why I got out Robin and Alexander. And then Desiree came back, and then she won immunity because I did not submit my list correctly. I had 16 and she had 15. She actually sent me 2 items on that list, and that would have made herself beat herself. But I didn't submit it correctly, so whatever. So then I had to choose between Dewan and Josh. The reason I decided to vote for Dewan, and Haley and I voted for Dewan, was because we want to bring Josh to the final 3 so we can beat him in the final immunity challenge. And Dewan's a good player. He stayed loyal to me. We've been loyal to each other, but I just don't see him wanting to take to a pair to the final 3, no matter what he says, because he's a good player and he can win the end of the challenge. Like at the end of the games, I know Dewan can win those. So that's why we took out Dewan. And mind you, if we didn't take out Robin, it would have been a tie with Rocks right there. And then the final 4 happened, and I can't believe this happened. So I won immunity, and then we had Josh, Haley, Desiree, and I voting. So the obvious thing, and the thing people were expecting, was it was going to be a tie between Desiree and Haley. So Haley and I was thinking, okay, we could vote for Josh. So in the challenge between Josh and Haley, you would just be Josh. But we didn't want to bring Desiree to the final 3. So what we did was we talked to Josh and Desiree, and we were like, okay, you know, they're voting each other out, blah, blah, blah. The pinning strategy I had the entire time, which worked flawlessly. You know, it didn't work for Josh. Josh still voted for Haley. However, I went to Desiree, and she was telling me how, you know, I've already used my second chance. She just doesn't trust me, which I frankly think is really stupid because I'm not the one who might get my torch snuffed at 4th place. I'm in the final 3. So anyway, I finally got her, and I convinced her that, you know, stick to my word at least once, you know, I want to show that I'm loyal for once. I want to bring the final 3, battle, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, well, I'll vote for Josh and see who you are as a man. And she voted for Josh. So Haley and I voted for Desiree, and in 2-1-1 vote, Desiree went out. And perfectly like we planned it, Josh, we knew we'd beat him in the final 3 immunity challenge. Haley just killed it, and then we made it to the final 2. So that was basically the summary, summary of my strategy, and I believe that's why I deserve to win. I dominated this entire game socially, physically, and strategically. Socially, everyone was on my side. Everyone liked me. The only time people were against me was when Josh voted for me in the final 5, and then Desiree came back, and take her 3 times to figure out that I was a pathological, sociopathic liar. Whatever. Manipulative. I don't care. And that's the only time. That was socially. Strategically, like all my social aspects, I had everyone wrapped around my finger. I had my numbers secure everywhere. It was easy to pin everyone against each other, and that's what I did. That's what I did the entire game, and it just worked perfectly. And physically, I've won 4 immunity challenges. I've won 3 individual immunity challenges, and then in the beginning of the game, Haley and I won a challenge together with a puzzle where one of us would each win immunity on a tribe, which I never did. I played an idol and wasted it because Nick, for the first time ever, asked me if I want to play my idol, and he's never asked me that, so I was like, no. So that's why I played it, and then in the Final 5 tribal, I didn't need it, so I played that, and even though it was still 3-2, yeah, so I never needed the idol anyway. I actually never really needed immunity, but like I already said, I just explained why I dominated the game strategically, physically, and socially. You know, you have your strategic triangle, like your game player triangle. You have the strategy, you have the physicality, and then you have the social aspect. I think my triangle was perfectly rounded. Just the strategic side was more like bolder. My triangle was perfect. In every aspect, I have outwitted, I have outplayed, and ultimately I have outlasted. That's why I think I deserve to win this game. And again, strategically, I'm not sorry. But personally, I truly am. We're all friends here, and I was just trying to play the best game that I played. And, you know, I'm not going to be mad at anyone's decision. You know, you guys are the jury. I burned everybody, so if I don't win, then I understand. But I still made it to the final 2 with Haley, and if she wins, she played my game, so I still win in a sense. But making it to the final 2 with her was the goal of the game, and I had a blast doing it. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for playing with me, and it's been a blast. Thank you very much. Deshaun.